morning. Hope you are all doing well today. My name is Sajid and I'm bringing you today's daily dose of hope. Have you ever heard that 7 is a godly or biblical number? If you look back to its Hebrew roots, 7 is connected to the idea of fullness or completeness. In the Old Testament, every 7 days Israel practiced a Sabbath day of rest. Every 7 years, Israel was to free slaves, forgive debts, and let the land rest for a year. And then every 7 times 7 years, there was what was called the Year of Jubilee, where all debts were forgiven and restored. Have you ever heard of a single one of these celebrations in our modern culture today? If we proposed to forgive everyone's debts every 7 years, the world would think we were insane. But honestly, could you imagine the impact on people's lives if we regularly practice these graces and periods of rest? All of these feasts and celebrations given by God to humankind are designed to point us toward the hope of a future rest in heaven during our earthly toils. And then Jesus appears, and guess which day he decides to launch his public mission? The Sabbath. So check it out. Mark chapter 2, 23 through 28 says, "One Sabbath, Jesus was going through the grain fields, and as his disciples walked along, they began to pick some heads of grain. The Pharisees said to him, 'Look, why are they doing what is unlawful on the Sabbath?' He answered, 'Have you never read what David did when he and his companions were hungry and in need? In the days of Abiathar, the high priest, he entered the house of God and ate the consecrated bread, which is lawful only for priests to eat, and he also gave some to his companions. Then he said to them, The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath.'" Here, the Pharisees try to use the Sabbath as an excuse to entrap and condemn Jesus and his disciples. But Jesus reminds them that the whole reason of the Sabbath is to benefit mankind. It's apparent not many of us still practice the Sabbath today, even though we could all agree that we direly need it. But have you ever wondered why we don't practice it regularly anymore, or at least to the extent that the Israelites did? Well, the answer is Jesus. While we wait to experience that ultimate day of rest, Jesus invites us to enter into his daily rest by following him. In Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30, he says this, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Jesus is saying here that while we wait for eternal rest, we can find our daily rest in him. We don't have to wait till the end of the week anymore to experience that. This doesn't mean that we still don't need to take that much needed time of physical rest during the week, or that we need to go without stopping 24/7. And in fact, because I have tendencies to overwork myself and have a hard time truly letting go of my to-do list, I usually take Saturdays as a Sabbath day to avoid work, spend more intentional time with Jesus, and to do activities that give me true rest. But the point of taking a Sabbath isn't to replace Jesus, but to accept and acknowledge his gift and to rest, to truly step into and appreciate that fully. By launching his public mission on the Sabbath, calling himself Lord of the Sabbath, and bringing goodness and healing and life to all through his death and resurrection, Jesus exemplifies the coming of a new creation and promises to renew our souls every day if we just call on him. If there's anything you can take away from this message today, it's this. Through Jesus, we have ultimate rest. Time spent with him is vital and necessary for our weary souls, and he calls us to enjoy it. So today, I invite you to spend some much-needed time with him, to experience his grace and his rest to refresh your soul. And if you're willing to take it a step further, or are the kind of person like me where you find it hard to truly let go of your to-do list, maybe consider setting aside a time of the week where you set aside work and worries and stressors, and instead spend some time with the Lord of the Sabbath, who is the only one who can truly fulfill you and give you the rest that you so desperately need.